Hello students, myself Jayant Kumar, newly appointed social science teacher. So today I am going to start a new lessons for you in the part of history. So the first lesson in the history is tracing changes through 1,000 years. So this is the first lesson. So we need to know that how 1,000 years it was being covered and how the maps and how the medieval period has changed. In the class 6 you already know about that ancient India, you have studied about that. So there the kings and different kinds of the cultures and also how the early humans have been had been transferred to the civilized area and all everything. So here tracing changes through 1,000 years here in the lesson we are going to learn about that, locating the places with the exact dates and time and all everything. So here there are two maps in your textbooks. You can see that when you get the textbook. So there are two maps. The first map is referred. It had formed in 1154 CE. That means 1154 CE. It was formed by Arab geographer. Geographer means one who study geography and one who going to be discover the things and the geography things. So that is geographer. So the name of the person is Al-Idrisi. Al-Idrisi. So he had created the map. So in 1154 CE. So it was not only for India. He had drawn the whole world's map. In that Indian subcontinent he has focused more because he belongs to the Arab country. So he detailed about the Indian subcontinent. Indian subcontinent he has detailed explained about, and also what he made mistake or what he has been mentioned in that means. So the South India was in the top of the map and North India was in the bottom of the map. So presently we know that South India in the bottom and North India in the topmost. And also another one, we know that nearby island, that is Sri Lanka, it was as it's near to the South India, it was also in the top of the map. So he had used terms or names in the Arabic. So you know that Kannauj, one of the historical place, Kannauj. So that he has used in that Kannauj. So this is the Arabic format he has used. So in the first map, it was formed by Arab geographer. His name is Al-Idrisi. He had formed this one in 1154 CE. So he detailed about the Indian subcontinent in the map and also less information he had given in the map. Okay, and also is more terms and everything has been mentioned in the Arabic language only. And the major issue in this map was South India in the top of the map and North India was below. So as same, Sri Lanka at the top. As we are seeing in the nowadays the map, Sri Lanka in the bottom of the India. But it was in the map of Al-Idrisi's map, it was mentioned in the top of the map. So next map is the map 2. You can see in your textbook. So you need to refer that. When you are going to watch this video, you need to refer the textbook. Unless you don't open the textbook, you are not able to understand what I am saying there. Simply you are going to listen, but you won't imagine that how the map was there. So this is very important. So here it is familiar to us how we are nowadays we are using the India map. So we know that everything, isn't it? Coastal areas and also Himalayan ranges, everything we know that. So that exact map is drawn by the French cartographer. The cartographer means one who makes map or draw maps. So that is called cartographer. Remember, this Arabic Al-Idrisi was not cartographer. He was a geographer. But here he is a French cartographer. The French cartographer Guillaume d'Islay. Guillaume d'Islay. He had formed this map in 1720 CE. In 1720 CE. The French cartographer. The meaning of cartographer means one who makes map. So Guillaume d'Islay, the name of the French cartographer. He formed the map too, which is in your textbook. 7th standard students, which is in your textbook. The map too has been formed by this person, and it is formed after the 600 years after the map 1. So after the Al-Idrisi, it has been taken 600, means he is not going to prepare that, he was not going to prepare that. Means after the 600 years, that Guillaume d'Islay and formed this one map. And also more familiar for us, and also it is a coastal areas also mentioned there. In the 3 sides we have the coastal areas, Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean. Everything has complete details has been given, and also the island, that what Sri Lanka, it was in the exact position where it is now we are seeing. Okay, so this only we can say that this map is helpful to the cartographer to make India's exact map. Okay, so next one, European sailors and merchants use them for their voyage. Voyage means one who sail in the ships, one who travel on the ships. So it's going to call that voyage. So European sailors who wanted to visit India, who knew about the Indian wealth, they wanted to grab that, they wanted to trade with India. So they were finding difficult to travel, they were finding difficult to reach to India, Indian subcontinents. But when this man has created, they referred this one, and the merchants and the sailors were easily traveled to the Indian subcontinent and had a contact. So these two maps are very important to understand the complete lesson. Unless you are not going to understand these two maps and difference between those, you are not able to understand the complete lessons. Understand? The first thing you need to know that when the date, remember both the dates, okay, and the country which they are belonging, okay, and the person name. Okay, the next thing, what are the features of the map? The features of the map, it was detailed about the world, but some informations were wrong. The south was in the top and North India was in the bottom, like that. And also the terms what he has used, it was in Arabic. Okay, and also here the French cartographer and the name of the person and when he had formed. This is how to be remembered. And also how it is presents India map. Okay, we need to compare with the two maps with the present one. So it is very familiar. The same, looks like same one. Okay, and also coastal areas also mentioned in that one. Okay, in this map coastal areas were not mentioned. Okay, but it was some of the places had given, but exact coastal areas were given in this one. And also it was useful for sailors and also merchants. Merchants, you know already that one. Okay, trading, business and all everything. It was useful for them to travel and communicate with the people. Okay, students, let's go for the next topic, new and old terminologies. So what is that? Presently we know that our country name is India, but how it was in the medieval period. So it has to be known that is only old terminology and new terminology. Terminology means the name and how specifically we are going to be recognize that how it was derived from the different languages and different persons and different ruling time. So here, history is the main thing we should know about that. History is a record of a variety of language. You know that, for example, our state language Kannada. It was now we are going to call this one as Vasagannada, but it was in the previous was Halegannada. The name and the meanings of the words and also grammatical points and vocabulary are completely different. Somewhat are similar, but so some of the important names and all will be different. For example, we are going to call that presently what is it? Appa. For whom we are going to call that father, we are going to call Appa. But in the olden days, it was called as Amma for Appa, isn't it? So like that it must be different. So, and also different languages, Hindi and Sanskrit and different word used. So these lessons, so these records were written in different languages. Okay. So, and based on that, the terms also will be different. So here, presently we are calling our country name is India, but in the medieval time it was called as Hindustan. Why this name has come that Hindustan? Okay, so there are many reasons. The one reason we can say that, so one of the famous river Sindhu, the Indus, we are going to call it. It is called in the Sanskrit Sindhu. This river flows in the country. So because of the Indus, it was the name of the country India has come. Okay, and also most of the Hindus were living here, so that's why it has called Hindustan. But in different travelers, it was mentioned. The first one is Minhaj-i-Siraj. Minhaj-i-Siraj. So he was a chronicler. Chronicler means one who arranging the history as per the dates, as per the when it occurred. Okay, it is going to be arranged. That is called a chronicler. So here he mentioned the term Hindustan first time, and it is his name is Minhaj-i-Siraj. So he mentioned only Punjab, Haryana, and land between the Ganga and Yamuna. He mentioned only Punjab, Haryana, and the lands between Ganga and Yamuna. He did not include South India. He did not include the South India. Why he had mentioned Hindustan only for these reasons? Because of the political sense. Because of the political sense. So when he called, by the time Delhi Sultans were ruling, to make happy or favor to them, he called these particular, and also Hindustan, that Delhi Sultans were ruling in particular area. They came after Alauddin Khilji. Okay, after Alauddin Khilji, they came to the South India, but complete control of these areas only. So that's why he called the particular area which is Punjab, Haryana, and lands between the Ganga and Yamuna as Hindustan. He did not include the South India. Okay. So next here, then who used this Hindustan word? The early 16th century. Babur, you know that very well, Babur. So he used the Hindustan to describe the geography. Okay, while he is describing the geography and nature and everything he was describing, in his book or in his writing, he had used that Hindustan. Okay. In the 14th century, the poet Amir Khusro, so one of the famous poet, he used the word, the term as Hind. He used that Hind. Okay. So this has been used, and how the Hindustan name has come from. And presently, historians are not able to use the terms how they wanted. They need to be very careful. For example, in the medieval period, they were going to call the foreigners. Whom they were going to call the foreigners? The who exactly. They are who are not belongs to their particular area are known as that foreigners. For example, our neighbor state, Tamil Nadu, Kerala are there. Okay, for example. So, if those people are going to be foreigners in those medieval period, but if can we call those people presently as a foreigners? No, because they are all belongs to one nation. Foreigners means who are not belongs to the exact country are going to be called as foreigners. So presently we are in belongs to the same country. So we have to refer the people as Indians only. Okay. So this is about the term of new and old terminology about the lesson. You need to know about that, how the names of the country as derived from the past. Okay. So comparing to medieval, modern days means present days, it is completely changed. We are referring only the help of the past. Okay. See, Hindustan, we know that presently some media and some where we can listen that Hindustan, our country Hindustan, like that they are going to say that, isn't it?